Just counts midnight. We're winding down here at the Movie Massacre 6. It's late into the evening. Half the crowd is asleep, but they're still enjoying our horror movies. We're here with the Chiodo brothers, and I sure hope I said that correctly. Did I, guys?
It was pretty close. Usually we say Chiodo brothers.
Chiodo brothers. Okay, that almost sounds Japanese.
It almost does, but it's really Italian.
Always
Italian.
get it.
Well, that's always a good thing because we're Italian here, too. I'm talking with Steve and Charlie, correct?
Yeah, I'm Charlie. I'm Steven.
Okay, Steven, you prefer Steven.
Yeah, Steven. That's
Steven,
pretty good.
Steven and Charlie. All right, guys. Well, first off, when's the last time you saw Killer Klowns from Outer Space on the big screen?
Well, we saw it digitally on the big screen about 6 months ago. We haven't seen a print, a 35 millimeter print in years.
Oh, I'd say probably maybe 6 or 7 or 8 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's great. I was so impressed. The color was bright and vivid. The image was sharp. It was a beautiful print.
Beautiful print. Nice to see. 35 millimeter.
Okay, so what was your inspiration for this? And I do have to say, this is one of those movies, and the first time I saw it, I had what I call the WTF, what the freak moment. And actually, speaking of freaks, I was just telling our camera guy, when I first saw this one, the first movie that came to my mind was Todd Browning's Freaks. And it had that sort of impact on me, so I was just wondering, what was your inspiration here for the Killer Klowns from Outer Space?
Well, it's interesting you should mention Freaks because that kind of sends a chill up your spine.
Yeah.
So it started with me trying to think of what was the most frightening image that I could imagine. What would the situation be? So I imagined myself driving up a lonely mountain road and somebody's passing me on the left. And when I turn to see who it is, it's a clown, looks right at me. Now, a clown being where he shouldn't be is really scary.
And you take it to the next level. What if the clown wasn't in a car? Well, to answer that question, if he's not in the car, he must be from outer space. And that's where it comes from. And then all of a sudden you build on that. Killer Klowns from outer space, well, they can't be guys in makeup with knives. They have to have a whole bunch of different weapons and clown tricks and stuff to pull. And the whole philosophy and the whole, mode of operation came out of that.
With logic like that, you guys should be working for NASA.
Oh, well, yes. Well, they consult with us when they want to do their special ops technology.
Exactly.
But he's right. It was we would take every circus and carnival motif and we just put a malevolent twist on it to make it from outer space.
Yeah, the stuff that you get, all you have to do is take a trip to Circus Vargas or Ringling Brothers and see what people are walking around with. You make your little notes. People got cotton candy. People have popcorn. Those are all great to use. You got all the clown gags, the firemen, with the net. You see that all the time. And we had to use it in Killer Klowns from Outer Space.
And when you guys were growing up, were you terrified of clowns?
Not terrified.
You're not really terrified, but it's funny how these clowns, you're a young child, and these big, white-faced, smiley people encroach on your personal space. And it kind of makes you feel uncomfortable. And that's where it came from. Really just a little discomfort around these kind of characters.
Well, it depends on, the age you're introduced to it. At 3 to 5 years old, you see someone big, smiling, leering, white face. It gives you the creeps, and it stays with you into your adulthood.
And what happens, too, is while you're sitting there kind of scared and uncomfortable, your parents and all the adults are laughing, goading you on. And you're saying, what's wrong with these people? Don't they get it? So it's this kind of duality. And I think, judging by the audience's reaction, I think a lot of people feel the same way.
And did you guys watch a lot of Bozo growing up?
We were on
Bozo.
Our mom took us. We lived in the Bronx, and my mom took us into Manhattan to WPIX, and we sat in the gallery, in the peanut gallery of Bozo in New York City.
Yeah.
How old were you?
It was probably in the 50s, right?
Yeah, I was under 5.
Yeah, and I was, so if it was 1958, 59, I was like 7, Stephen was 5.
Just as a side, here in Chicago, WGN's Bozo, my mom applied for tickets when we were 6. And when we're 16, she goes, "Hey, we got the Bozo tickets." And I go, "I'm not going to see Bozo."
But was that the real Larry Harmon was here in Chicago, wasn't it?
Well, no, I don't think so. No, WGN had Bob Bell.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was one of the more popular, or probably the most popular Bozo franchise.
I remember one of them. That's why I thought he might have been Larry Harmon. I wonder where Larry Harmon, the creator of Bozo, actually performed.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe maybe California.
Larry Harmon sued us.
He did. Oh, tell us about, and it's funny you should mention that because I just picked up a book at the library on Larry Harmon. So tell me about him suing you.
Larry Harmon you know, was the creator of Bozo, and he's very litigious.
He actually bought it from Capitol. In fact, I read that far in the book. So.
Oh, interesting. What he does is, you know, he protects his copyright and his trademarks, whether he bought them or created them. And, you know, Bozo is a beloved and caring character that was created. And we had photographs. We took one of our clowns, has red hair like Bozo, and we gave it to one of the, I think, Cinefantastique for one of the articles. And we didn't give it a name, but one of the editors named the caption, and this Killer Bozo from outer space, and Larry Harmon picked it up, and they had to pay him off because Killer Bozo besmirched and damaged the reputation of his beloved character.
Oh my goodness!
See, and we never gave them names.
We never gave them names.
But it was the writer and the publishers who did in their little caption.
And they paid up. We don't know the sum, but Larry Harmon picked it up. He was protecting his trademark.
Well, you have to do that sometimes, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. I see his point.
Do you protect the Killer Clown trademark?
We don't own it. MGM owns it right now. Okay. So they wound up with the license and you know, the title, and we're talking to them about doing the sequel.
Oh, okay, yeah. Great. Any ideas when that will come out?
Hopefully before the next century.
Yeah, it's been 23 years only. So.
Now let me ask you this question: where did you come up with all the designs for the clowns and whatnot? Who designed those?
You know what? I do the design work. I designed the world and the characters. And basically, you know, once we established Stephen wanted a doll-like, mannequin-like thing, I just started playing with shapes and stuff, and they developed into a life form, not just, you know, I changed the anatomy. And Stephen's suggestion was, let's give them 3 distinct head shapes: pear shape, peanut shape, triangle, inverted, and regular triangle. And using those basic geometric shapes, you know, that weren't human at all, I designed the original clown shape.
I wanted to make sure that in a silhouette, without any detail, you can tell that these were not people, that they were clowns from outer space.
Yeah, they couldn't be guys in makeup.
And let me ask you this, especially from the scenes within the alien or the clown spaceship, there's a lot of different rooms and a lot of different perspective distortions, and you're going up, and the next thing you know, you're in another room in that. Are you guys fans of M.C. Escher?
Of course, that's got to be an influence.
We are fans of his stuff, but it comes from our experience with funhouses.
As kids.
We love to go to amusement parks and go to funhouses, and a lot of the motifs we used in the film were reminiscent of the memories we had of going to funhouses.
Of like walking in a black corridor, feeling your way around, and you step on something, and you hear, and smoke comes out. We put that in the movie.
Casa Loco, where the floor is built at an angle, but all the architecture is straight. So you're walking sideways like this. We try to pull as many of those gags as we can within our limited budget.
What was your budget for this film?
It was just $2 million.
Now, $2 million back in 1987, we were thrilled, except the money went to hotel and per diem and, you know, all the personnel up there. And the art department, basically, we were doing the stuff for nickels and dimes.
Yeah, it wasn't a low-budget film in the organization of the production. It was a legitimate production.
Yeah.
So we shot on location, which means we had to bring everybody up there, pay for hotel, per diem, all Teamsters.
In Santa Cruz.
For truck drivers. So much money went to the production that very little of it went to the actual
art department,
the costumes, and the special effects.
Well, that's one of the most distinctive things about this film is the art and the special effects. So how did you achieve that look?
We called in a lot of favors. We did a lot of the work ourselves, but we had some really talented guys, people who eventually went on to win Academy Awards for their effects work, who worked on it as favors for us.
Gene Warren won the Academy Award for Terminator 2.
And The Abyss.
And The Abyss. And you got Joe Viscoso, who blew up the ice cream truck, has won Academy Award for pyrotechnics in Star Wars, I think the Matrix, and he did Team America with us, too.
Yeah, a lot of really talented people.
Mark Sullivan.
Mark Sullivan was a matte painter who worked for ILM. A lot of big pictures.
And you know what? They want to all work with us again on the sequel.
Yeah.
All of them.
And what's going to happen in the sequel?
You know what? That was a tough thing.
Yeah, we don't want to let out the actual plot. We want to leave it as a surprise to the audience. But we were debating, since it's been so long since the original film, We were debating whether we should make a sequel or a remake. It's a flat-out remake of the original. But we decided we did something really clever. We did a little bit of both. It'll introduce the audience, a new audience, to the concept of Killer Klowns, but it has elements of the original that will make it a sequel.
Okay.
And we mixed up the elements. We upped the ante on the gags. We switched them around a little bit, so there'll be something new for the old audience to laugh at and be surprised at.
Yeah, as much as they might want to see the popcorn gag and a cotton candy cocoon gag, it's there, but we've topped it. We've got new gags.
Yeah, we've gone to
Are
another
you going to
area.
use real effects or CGI?
You know what? We're going to use, the fans want us to use traditional effects. We come from rubber, we come from the perspective, we come from the live puppetry and animation. We're going to do that with digital compositing. We're going to mix the two.
Yeah.
Any idea when this is going to come out?
It's really hard to say. I mean, with the economy the way it is, we're looking for funding right now, and it's kind of, money's tight all over the planet.
No, the thing is, with all the Academy Award-winning talent that we have behind it, we can't ask them to do this for nickels and dimes straight to DVD. We don't want to make the same mistake that this is a franchisable, merchandisable property here. And to just do it, just to throw it on the DVD shelf cheap, will make the same mistake that Transworld made 20 years ago.
We don't want to sell it short like they did the first time. We want a good budget, good promotional budget, good distribution, so that we can then piggyback a real franchise out of this
And Grant
concept.
Kramer will be in it. He'll be back.
Yeah.
Excellent. And what did you guys film the original in? 16 millimeter, 35?
Oh, it was 35 millimeter.
millimeter.
Yeah. And we have Panavision cameras. It was a real production.
Excellent. And how did you achieve the color look? That was one thing that stands out in my mind.
We got a DP, Albert Taylor, and he shot it, he lit it, he got an f-stop.
Yeah, he got an exposure. It was the design. I think we were inspired by the Memphis design in the mid '80s. It was a really funky kind of architectural furniture type design.
Pee Wee Herman's, used a lot of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I certainly can tell there's a lot of campiness to the designs and stuff. And actually, part of it, especially the ice cream truck, for some odd reason, reminds me, and those characters remind me of Grease. Was there any influence there?
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
No, it's funny. Grease only in the respect that they were the Terenzi brothers, two good friends of ours from Long Island.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Throwbacks to that. Yeah. That feeling. Yeah. I
that
understand.
mentality.
Great. And guys, do you guys have a website?
Yeah, we have KyotoBrothers.com
Yeah.
or KillerKlowns@KyotoBrothers.com.
And that's the email, but
Facebook or any of the social
Kyoto
networking?
Brothers are on Facebook. There's a Killer Clown. There's several Killer Clown sites. Killer Clown Movie. There's a Killer Clown group. I suggest that the fans check out Facebook Killer Clowns group and join it, because there's artwork that no one's ever seen before that I'm posting on there. Yeah.
Anything else you guys like to say on camera?
Oh, well, we're just really in awe of the response we've gotten over our little film.
Yeah, we want to thank
Over the
Rusty
years.
and this screening that he had. The audience was perfect. You guys get it.
Yeah, Chicago rocks.
Yeah. Chicago's our favorite audience.
Excellent. And do you guys do other conventions? And how do they compare to this?
We do Comic-Con. We do a lot. We did one in New Jersey. We get around, but I'll tell you honestly, this crowd was really great. Smart audience. We make dumb movies for smart audiences, and Chicago's #1.
Yeah, this was our audience. You go to Comic-Con and everyone wants Iron Man, and they want the new Marvel superhero, or they're looking at the new Twilight movie. So we have a little niche people coming over to Killer Klowns from Outer Space. Here, these people love funny, clever horror movies, and they love our movie, and we love to please the fans.
And what do you think of the music box here?
Oh, I think it's a beautiful venue. I love these old theaters. It reminds me when we went to the matinees.
These are the theaters we went to.
Yeah, we used to go
As
on
kids.
Saturday afternoon. We used to see cartoons and a double feature. We were in the theater Saturday and Sunday. In fact, in the summer, it was like 5-7 days a week we would go to the movies.
Yeah, they had
In theaters like this.
every other day for the 2 months, 3 months of the summer. They had a monster double feature: Dinosaurus and the Blob, Land Unknown, and
Seven Voyages
the Mole
Sinbad.
People. Yeah.
Piece of 20,000 Fathoms. Then once in a while, they'll throw a Tarzan movie in there. It was okay, but then they would have Giant Behemoth and Godzilla.
Okay. Gorgo and the Day of the Triffids,
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
all the
all that
classics.
stuff.
And let me ask you this question. Being from the Bronx and close by, did you guys go to Coney Island a lot?
You know what? We never went to Coney Island. We went to Rye Beach. We knew of Coney Island. My mom and dad used to go on dates there in Coney Island, but that was a little far for us.
Rye Beach Playland we went to.
Rockaway.
Palisades Amusement Park.
Yeah, the old Palisades, which is no longer there.
Yeah. Okay.
And do you remember Freedom Land?
No, I don't.
No.
We're from this area.
Freedom Land in the Bronx, and I got to tell you, they had a spooky cavern ride, black light, dark ride. It's pitch black, and they had the black light, you know, and that sticks with me, you know. Again, those images, going in the black and having these things jump out with, you know, fluorescent colors.
Yeah. So we were inspired. We loved that stuff as kids, and I think we really brought that into this film.
Yeah, it definitely shows. Definitely. Well, guys, thank you very much. Sure do appreciate it.
Pleasure. Nice meeting you.
Great to meet you.
Hey, you bozos out there. This is Stephen Chiodo.
And this is Charles Chiodo.
And you're watching Count Midnight.